Hello everyone, I'm Dijan. Welcome to my YouTube platform. Today I will be introducing the fourth R of R5 to Success from Inside Out. And this one is very close to heart, so I hope you will like this conversation. The fourth R towards a life of success from inside out is reality. And that's a very, very interesting conversation. Actually, to put it in more complete terms, reality versus truth. And what do I mean by that? Reality is the way we perceive life. Reality is our own individual filter. And this is not something that we create alone. When in my reality, as a child, I'm always congratulated and cheered and loved and adored when I do something right. Like I managed to tie my shoelaces, or I managed to tie my hair on my own, or I managed to hold my pee, whatever, there is an upload coming. That, of course, creates in me, nourishes in me, a structure called the will structure, So every time I want an applause, I want adoration, that part in me will say, okay, I have to do something now. Let's get things done. Let's be good. Let's be successful. Let's rock this so that I get adoration. I get the attention that I want. In a good way, not the bad attention, the good kind of attention. So this is a very common structure that we create in our life, which has nothing to do with truth. It's just our reality, that belief that we are only going to get adoration when we do things in a certain way. Okay, now let's put this to the side. What other factors are there that are shaping our reality? The memories. Like we have lots of memories from our past, and the senses that are the reminders of that memories. We smell a certain perfume and it takes us back to a certain memory. If it's a good memory, we're in a good place. If it's a bad memory, we may be very reactive in that situation. Is it about the situation? Not 100%. There is a bit of a residue coming from the past due to this memory connection we made through the sense of smell. It can be also other senses, it can be a visual aspect, or it can be a music that we have heard that brings us back in the memory lane. It can be a way of touching that we receive that reminds us of an unpleasant or a pleasant experience in the past. Basically, we are collecting constantly data from our five senses, through our five senses, and that data also creates links to past memories. And those past memories, those links created with the past memories, have a very, very strong influence in how we shape our reality now. Now, another aspect that is relevant for shaping our reality is, of course, our cognitive mind, our rational thinking. We are facing a situation like a choice in a professional context, and we need to decide whether we go this way or that way, whether we take this promotion or change our job, whether we take this decision or else. And of course, we use our rational thinking. What does our rational thinking base on? It's based on our knowledge, our experience, our training. So many other data, again, collected from the past. It is not identical to all the data in the world. It is the data that we could collect with the limitations of our brain, of our mind, of our intelligence. Here we go. Your rational processing leads you to a very subjective outcome too. And then there's also the dictations of our biological engineering. On what day of my mooning am I, menstruation am I, that affects the quality of my being, which is beautiful, which creates a huge dance and a huge connectedness to the cycles of nature. But if I don't have that connection, I may take it as a fact. Or did I have a proper sleep or not? That may really affect big time my reactions and my perception of reality. So many ingredients are there. This game from this ear-to-ear play. You say one thing to a person, and that person repeats the same thing to another, and that person is supposed to repeat the same thing to another, and you go on and on and on, and you find out that the first thing that is said is totally different than the last person repeating what's being said. This is basically how we shape our reality. There's a truth, and we shape our reality layer after layer, just like ear-to-ear play. And unfortunately, that's not a very solid, reliable data. Now, ultimately, this is what we have. With the capacity of our day-by-day thinking, this is what we have. So, if my reality is red, and your reality of the same situation is orange, does it make me right and you wrong? Not necessarily. And we find ourselves in this situation again and again, because we all have our own reality. Why did I say reality versus truth? Because there is also a universal truth. I am speaking my truth. Really? I use a language that is not my mother tongue. I use expressions that are nurtured by my education, by my life experiences. My tone is influenced by my biological engineering, as I mentioned. So, is it really the truth? Because truth is universal. Truth is a subtle concept. Truth is, in esoteric teachings, it's considered as one of the words of the divine. Truth is unwavering, but my reality of that truth is a completely different story. And it is different most of the time from the truth. Okay, me with my brain, with my body, with my experiences, I am only capable of producing a reality. And that reality is definitely not the truth 100%. Whether close or far, it's another thing, but it's not the truth 100%. So where does that lead me? This is an important conversation, because most of the time, we are blocking our success, our evolution, because of the reality, which is not 100% reliable truth. Our reality, our constructs in the mind get on our way. In our own mindset, are also in our opinions, judgments of the others, of the situations, and so forth. So, very important part of my work is to find an access point to the truth, and not coming from a reactionary place. Where? How? How do we do that? Now, this is the wisdom. This is the wisdom chapter. And that reality can be pierced through towards truth only in stillness. Stillness of the mind. This is the path of meditation. This is the path of real, authentic contemplation. And here it's very important to find the right way that is really accessible for the person to reach the inner stillness, where the voice of the truth, which we call insight, can actually come forth. And when we hear that voice, when we are connected to the voice, then everything becomes limitless. I hope you have enjoyed this conversation. More is to come on my Women Who Thrive YouTube channel. Thank you for your attention, and please don't forget to subscribe using the buttons in the corner, and also feel free to leave comments below, also your suggestions about topics that you would like me to cover.